Tonight, the prospective buyer behind the initial sale of the Duval County Public Schools headquarters wants to try buying it again, but this time he will only move forward if a special development district is removed from the property.
Investigative reporter Riley Phillips sat down with the CEO of Chase Properties. She joins us now, and that CEO says he's willing to pay the same price, right?
Yes, Chase CEO Michael Belenke says he is willing to pay that $17.2 million as long as he does not have to pay for any additional costs under the Community Development District. This DCPS parking lot falls under the CDD, and Belenke says he has some alternative ideas to get the deal done.
It's just probably the last best piece of property on the river in Jacksonville.
CEO of Chase Properties Michael Belenke has been part of Jacksonville's South Bank for decades.
I basically grew up on the South Bank, and then 35 years later we bought this property and built the high-rise where I live. My dad lives here as well.
He wants to continue developing the waterfront by building a mixed-use space featuring luxury condos.
With some hotel components, which Jacksonville sorely needs more hotel rooms, and some retail and some great restaurants. I just think it's going to be dynamic.
Belenke's dreams are not dead. Despite pulling out of the initial sale agreement with Duval County Public Schools, he still wants to buy the district headquarters on Prudential Drive as long as he does not have to pay the Community Development District. The problem stems from this employee parking lot. It falls under a Community Development District, which was created by the owners of River's Edge, the land along the South Bank next to DCPS. Belenke says the CDD, which essentially acts as a lien, was not disclosed while the initial sale agreement was being finalized, and it could cost anywhere from an additional $6 to $18 million.
There's a metric involved, and there's a price per unit for condominiums. There's a price per unit for apartments, price per unit for hotels, price per foot for retail. So it depends on how much you build. So if you build 100 units, it's going to be one price. If you build 300 units, it's going to be 3 times that price.
Belenke tells me he is willing to work with DCPS and Preston Hollow, the owners of the CDD. He either wants to buy the DCPS property without the parcel of land that includes the employee parking lot, or he wants the CDD to be removed.
We would move on with instead of doing a 2-tower project like we had proposed, we would do a 1-tower project there.
And I asked DCPS if the district would be willing to sell the piece of property that does not include the parking lot with the CDD. A spokesperson is working on a statement for me. I also reached out to Preston Hollow Capital. A spokesperson tells me they are speaking with DCPS to come up with a solution. Jeannie?